Okay, I'm here with my guy Stan. He's gonna talk to the family about about some services that are vital out here, available to you in Chicagoland area. This is Stan the man. This is my buddy, my 11 year buddy.
11 years. Yeah.
11-year buddy right here. So, tell us a little bit about about what's going on.
All right, everyone. Like Jeff said, my name is Stanley. I'm with a company called Savings Highway Global. What we do is we help businesses lower their bills, lower the current bills that they currently pay. It could be your phone bill, it could be your internet bill, waste management, it could be your merchant services. When you get credit cards, there's an interest rate to charge you. What we do is we help businesses lower those bills without changing providers. So a lot of people don't want to change providers. You don't have to worry about that. With our services, we do not make you change providers. You can keep your current providers. We just go in. We have professional negotiators, and they are the best in the country that do what they do. They go in, help you negotiate those current bills and save you money. It's just that simple. Now, they only work in United States and Canada as of right now. So if you have businesses in those areas, those are the places they can help you save on your current bills. Now, how the process works is pretty simple. We do what we call a free savings assessment, where we schedule an appointment for about 15-20 minutes to gather your bills, find out what kind of bills you have and what kind of bills they can save you money on. During that time is an opportunity to ask questions with the person that you'll be talking to that's doing the screening. And once you gather all that information, it will cut down on the time it takes, because once you get those bills ready, they can pretty much go to work. My own personal testimony is they were able to save me on my Verizon bill. I have 3 lines, and they saved me $300. But the funny thing about that story is they could have saved me more money. But I just got done in November of last year going through some negotiating myself. I'm not a professional negotiator. This is just on my own bill, but they were able to give me some savings. So, but what got me with these people and how I was impressed is they were able to go behind that and were still able to save me $300. That's pretty impressive to me. And we have other companies that they've done this with. Our biggest client so far, they helped them save over $1 million. And this company, they have multiple locations. So, I mean, I'm not saying everybody's gonna get savings, but so far, everybody that they've helped, they've been able to save money. Our biggest client, like I said, is over $1 million, and we've had people who've saved them $10,000. Now, when you think about it, during this economy that we have, what's going on with the pandemic and everything, every company can use some savings. Now, when they save you money, they will keep half. I have to make that known. So whatever savings they save you, for example, if they go in, find savings for your company, and they find $50,000 worth of savings, at the end of the day, $50,000 worth of savings for their effort, they will keep half of that, and you get the other half. That's how it works. They don't charge you any money up front. If they don't find you any savings, there's nothing for you to pay them, and the savings comes out of what you pay them comes out of the savings they find you. And I'm not a tax advisor, but that savings also, the part that you pay them is a tax write-off. So it's a win-win. You can't lose. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. We can help. It doesn't matter what the company is, as long as you have phone, internet, payroll, if you have employees that you pay money to, if you have a merchant, credit card processor, credit card services, internet, cable, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's a big company, small company, we can help you. It's just a matter of giving us a try. And one last thing I will say before I end this video. These negotiators can help you negotiate compared to their competitors 3 to 5 times. They can help you get 3 to 5 times more money than their competitors. So you might want to give us a try. My link, I'm going to leave my link and my information down below. The link to get started is lowerthatbill.net. Again, lowerthatbill.net. Lower, Lower, that, THAT, bill, BILL, .net, NET. That's a way to get it started. And if you need to get a hold of me, my phone number is 708-466-6002, 708-466-6002. Thank you, and thanks for listening, and that's all I have.
Did you want to talk about the insurance? The insurance too?
Oh, sure. Also, another thing I would like to talk about is insurance. A lot of people, I've been in the insurance business for a little bit over 10 years, and a lot of people that I've seen it happen, a lot of times they have a GoFundMe for too many people. I mean, insurance is so cheap right now that anybody can afford insurance. If you can afford to buy Gucci bags for going out to the club, you can buy you some insurance, okay? If you can afford to buy you a pack of cigarettes, you can buy you some insurance, okay? There's no such thing as I can't afford insurance. It's just a way to find an excuse not to get insurance. It's not for you. It's for the loved ones that you leave behind. That's how you got to think. I mean, do you know how shameful it is when you got to carry a bunch of hats in different churches, pass it around to bury somebody? There's no dignity in that, okay? The least you can do, I don't care if it's $20,000, it's better than not getting anything at all. So at this stage, the insurance company, this is the best time to get life insurance because it's affordable. I mean, if term insurance is what you can afford, at least get that. Maybe a 20-year term or a 30-year term. If something was to happen, you will get covered. If your financial situations get better, you can always upgrade and get more coverage.
And let me throw this in too. Some people, they don't like to pay for insurance. Like the other day, I'm paying for the insurance on my car for the tires and the rims. And you know, I'm like, let me go ahead and get it. You hate it up front, but when you need it, you're so happy that you got it. I got a flat tire, and I was able to drive from Lansing to Orland Park, and they fixed my tire. If there was problems to the rim, they would have fixed the rim too. But just having that insurance, it was zero. So yeah, man, that insurance is a blessing. Absolutely,
to what Jeff just said, and you are absolutely right. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Not have it.
That's the reason. I told my wife, you know, I said, if something was to happen to me, you know, you're gonna have a lot of money, you know. But like I said, it's not for me. I have kids, and it's a love letter that you leave behind for your loved ones, saying this is how much you love them. I mean, nobody's gonna live forever. No one is gonna do that. At some point, when your time is up, your time is up. So what happens? Do you care what happens to the people you leave behind? That's the way to take care of them. If you want to leave your current lifestyle, then you gotta have insurance. I mean, the people that are well off, that's one of the ways they pass wealth to the next generation is through insurance. If you don't know that, go do some research. There's different ways to do it. The best way to do it is through insurance because it's a way to avoid paying taxes. I'm not saying this video to avoid paying taxes, but it's a legal way to avoid paying taxes. It's through insurance. So you might want to get that done. Now, if that's something you're interested in, I can help you. If you have somebody that's helping you, then that's great. But if you don't have anybody, an advisor or an agent, I'll be more than happy to help you. I'm licensed in Indiana and Illinois and some other states. But I'm going to leave it right there. But make sure you get some insurance. No such thing as I can afford insurance. Always remember, they have caskets for a 2-year-old just like they do have for a 90-year-old. Remember that. Accidents happen anytime. Anything can happen at any given day. Are you ready if it happens? Will your family be well off? Will your family be worse off? that's a question you got to ask yourself. Thank you.
Man, oh man, yeah. And I was in another situation. I'm gonna have to holler at you about some insurance. I have a janitorial business, and somebody fell, but long story short, it turned out that it didn't happen at the facility that we were serving. That somebody fell, and they put a lawsuit against my company.
Ooh.
But my company has a common name. So, luckily I got out of it, but it could have cost me, thousands of dollars if it was, actually against me, just to represent my, to pay for the lawyer, represent myself, the fees, and that sort of thing. So yeah, you don't want to get caught with your pants down out here, without insurance.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell one story real quick of something that I saw personally. This is part of insurance. You also want to make sure your beneficiaries are who you want. And this story will explain why the right beneficiary is important. I'm going to cut it short as much as I can. This happened in 2004. It happened in a city called Oak Forest, Illinois. There was a gentleman. He had insurance. He did the right thing. He was married and he had kids. He had insurance. It was $1 million. I will never forget. That's the first time I will ever have a live check in my hand. It didn't belong to me. It belonged to him. Well, this is how it happened. He was sick and he died. All right. So when he died, the insurance company wrote a check. They got the death certificate. They got everything. He's been having insurance for over 20-something years. So they paid. So that company I was with at the time, they issued a check and they sent it to me to go deliver the live check in person to his wife, which was one of his beneficiaries. Well, the biggest mistake he made was he did not change beneficiaries. He got divorced. Okay? The woman he had on the policy at the time was his wife. But when they got divorced, he did not change that lady. He still left her on as the beneficiary. So he kept her on as a beneficiary and he went and got remarried to somebody else. So when he died, he left her as the only beneficiary on that policy. So the wife he got married to, he had kids by that wife also, but none of those kids were his beneficiary. Well, those kids found out who I was all of a sudden. It's amazing how these things happen. All of a sudden they knew I was the agent, but I never heard from them ever in my life. But anyway, those kids came to my office in Oak Forest. They were there before I got there at 8:30 in the morning, and they were like, we found out that our dad got some policy and we want to know, how do we get our check? They even know the amount. So I told the kids, I said, my condolences to them. I'm sorry about your dad. They're like, we get that. Where's the money? Pretty much that's what they told me. So I had to sit them down in the office and say, look, your dad, he got policy, but he left your I don't know if that's his stepmother. He left her as the beneficiary. He did not change the policy. And I just happened to take over this book of business because I just started insurance at the time. And I just took over that book of business. So I had to explain to them. I said, look, I brought out the book of business and I said, this is your dad. This is the beneficiary. That's who the insurance company has listed as the beneficiary. And that's who they have to pay legally. That's who they have to pay. And that's who we paid. So there's nothing we can do. So the kid was like, they have some choice of words I cannot repeat on this video. And they go, so you telling me, we SOL? I said, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we gave the money to who your dad left as the beneficiary on the policy. And that's who got the money. So they were like, okay, they left. They went and found this woman. They were looking for her. Did you know this woman left and did not forward her address? She moved out of state. She gave the guy a nice burial, she gave him a nice berry because I was there. But she took off. I don't know where she moved to, because we try to send a letter on giving an advice on how to spend his money, on giving options that's available. That's pretty much how I found out that she didn't forward the address. She just took off, and the kids came back to the office and said, "Do I have any idea where she went?" But there's nothing I can do for them. I don't know where she went, and they were not too happy. But the point of that story is this: it's important to make sure your beneficiary and your policy is who you want it to be. You can have your mom as a beneficiary, and tomorrow you might have a situation with your mom where mom is not cool no more. Or you might have a friend where you trusted your friend at the time, and all of a sudden your friend changed on you and you don't trust that friend no more. That's why you want to make sure it's updated. It's a document, a piece of paper that can make a big difference. After someone is gone, you don't want that money in the wrong hands. That's why you want to keep your beneficiary updated. You can change it as much as you want. You got to make sure he's who you want it to be. So that's important. That's it.
Sounds good. Thanks, Stan. Family, this is my man Stan. I definitely vouch for him. I trust him. He's somebody I give my stamp of approval to. So definitely hit him up, like he said. Check the description box for information on everything that he talked about today. Peace.